What if I told you that the key to building your confidence isn't necessarily about how you feel or what you think, but what you do? Today, I am going to reveal the one habit that's sabotaging your success daily and what to do about it. What's good, party people? It's your girl, Candia, your personal hype woman on a mission to help you show up and speak up anyway. So the other day, I was having a conversation with someone and they said, well, what is the one thing that you think that you've done that makes you feel so confident? And so I said, first of all, I don't feel confident every single day, y'all. This morning I woke up and my thoughts were trying to talk me out the game. And I said, no, not today. So by 5:30, my thoughts were telling me that there was no room for me and I was too old to start over and all these things. And then by 8:30 a.m., your girl was ready to conquer the world. Okay. So here's a spoiler alert. Your confidence is not solely about, I always have to watch when I say this. Building your confidence isn't solely about standing in the mirror, telling yourself you're beautiful, I love you, with all the things. Real confidence comes from building routines, taking actions and steps that creates that space for you to feel self-assured. So at that moment when those thoughts are trying to take you out of your game, like they was trying to take me off my game, your girl had to say, wait a minute now, girl, we gotta hit the mat. My yoga mat, that is. Right? So that's one thing that I do. But I think that it's important that we clear up some misconceptions. Confidence isn't a fixed emotional state. You're not going to feel confident every day. You have to take the steps that will create that zone of energy where you feel like you can conquer the world. The second thing that I think that we get wrong about confidence is it's really situational. You can be confident in one area and lack confidence in several other areas, right? And also for me, over the last, I want to say 2 years, I've fallen in love with this concept of domino effect goals, which means that sometimes when you build confidence in one area, it will trickle down or trickle across to other areas of your life. And so even maybe 2 years ago, I used to tell myself a story that I always start things, but I don't finish them, that I'm not disciplined, that I'm always slacking off, that I never complete things. And the crazy thing is, typically people perceive me as a person who's very disciplined, and my friends and my family, but I didn't perceive myself that way because I had things on my laundry list of things to do. And also I had a bunch of self-imposed deadlines and all the things, but that's a story for another day. So I stayed stuck in that belief for too long and I wasn't moving and taking action. But to work through that belief, I started to meditate. And at first, meditation was foreign to me. I used to think you used to have to sit on the floor and cross your legs and all the things. But I remember talking to a friend, Janelle Hamilton. Hey, Janelle. And she said to me, Kenzie, throw all the rules out of the window when it comes to meditation. And I challenged myself to meditate for 1 year every single day. And the rules that I threw out the door was I didn't even need to get out of my bed. I was introduced to the Insight Timer by my friend Evelette. Hey, Evelette. And I started to set an alarm and I would meditate for 2 minutes every day. And I did that for a year. Now I've been meditating for over 2 years. And so I say that to you to give you an example of confidence is something that you have to build over time. Because once I achieved that goal of being able to meditate every single day for a whole year and now 2 years, it's like, all right, girl, what we doing next? And so sometimes you can pick building your confidence in an unrelated area and it will trickle into other areas. I like to call that the domino effect. So I just learned how to swim last year. My set a goal, I just wanted to effortlessly swim 1 lap. Guess what? Your girl is sweating several laps right now. And again, I'm like, what's good? What's next? I'm ready for that next best thing. So I will tell you that the biggest mistake that we make is that one, we think that we have to wait for the feeling to take action. And I am here to tell you that you have to take action first. One of the best things that I've done is to create a win before 10. I call it my win before 10 because I believe when you set yourself up to achieve one personal thing, one wellness goal, maybe a passion project, something that's just for you before 10 a.m., chances are that win can help you feel that space of confidence and it'll trickle into other areas. I came across this study maybe a few years ago, and the study said that typically for employees, that level of stress, frustration, and overwhelm sets in at about 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is when our stress levels and frustration levels peak because, of course, there's email overwhelm, text messages is popping. Next thing you know, everybody else's business is at the top of your to-do list. And so for me, I always encourage people, get that win in before 10. Even if you can only do a win before 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. I like things that run. So I usually if you follow me on the social media streets, and if you're not following me, what's happening? But anyhow, I'll put my socials in the show notes. Chances are, if you can get that win in before 10 a.m., it gives you a running start. You feel like you're doing things just for you. So what we really have to understand is that building confidence over time comes from designing your life intentionally with activities, exercises, reading, surrounding yourself with people who can feed your soul, who can help you feel, again, that space of self-assurance. Many of us have this wait to the end of the day or wait to the weekend mindset, and that's what's keeping you stuck. Because by the time the end of the day comes or by the time the weekend comes, you are already feeling you're over life and people and all the things. And so I encourage people, if you always wanted to read, or maybe you play the piano or you craft or whatever the case may be, set a timer for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes and make that happen for yourself. And before the rush of your day starts, before your emails start to pop, before the kids come in the room, okay? Set a timer for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes. I call that my 2-10-20 quick win principle because one of the thoughts that we allow to take ourselves out of the game is thinking simply that we need an hour or we need 2 hours to get something done, when ideally momentum matters more than the goal itself, because you have to create that evidence of success for yourself. And so what matters is the persistence. And so the 2-10-20 quick win principle is all about taking your goal, breaking it down into little baby steps, and finding the smallest amount of time that you can get things done. You can do almost anything in 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes. And sure, it's not the hour amount of time that you want, but you're getting out of your way. You're making success happen for yourself, and you're changing the story that you're telling yourself, which is equally as powerful as actually achieving the thing. And that's another thing. When we think about confidence, it's really not about your achievements. It's about who you become in the process. So when I think about my life now, it looks totally different than it did last year, okay? When I think about the activities and exercises that I have to indulge in to create that space of self-assurance for myself, I'm talking about one, I ran a 5K race a few months ago. I'm about to run my second 5K race in about 8 weeks. So I walk at least 3 days a week. I swim at least 2 days a week. I do meditation, yoga, and all the things. And sometimes I do all four, okay? Your girl does all four before 10 a.m. and I feel like a rock star. I feel like I've done something just for me. I feel accomplished. I feel proud and all the things. And this relates to another powerful reason why we have to get more focused on creating or indulging in activities that creates that space of self-assurance. Because 9 times out of 10, when we have a goal in mind, something that we want to do, it's really based on a feeling that we want to feel. We want to feel proud. We want to feel secure. We want to feel like we are on the right track. We want to feel those things, and we're attaching those feelings to this big, audacious goal, right? But when you achieve things like reading before 10 a.m., if that's your thing, or exercising before 10 a.m., and you start to realize you've done that for 3 days this week or 5 days this week, or you've done that for 3 months, you're going to feel those very same feelings that you're looking to feel with the big goal. Try that this week and let me know what you think. When I was able to swim halfway through the pool, because my goal initially was to swim to the deep end, okay? And that 6 feet of water used to feel so foreign for you, girl. And listen, don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm 5'11", okay? So it's only like a couple of inches, but your girl still wasn't trying to be nowhere near the 6 feet. However, when I was able to swim and I got to that midway point, your girl felt so good. I was so proud of myself that I could swim halfway through the pool. I mean, now I can swim to the deep end, but getting halfway, it set the tone of my day. I was so proud of myself. And so the same feeling that I had of getting to the end of the pool and making my way back without feeling like I was going to catch a lung, because that's another thing. Breathing was an issue, continues to be an issue for me. But that same feeling that I felt being able to swim the length of the pool and return is the same feeling that I felt when I was able to swim halfway through the pool. And so you're really tricking your mind into experiencing the same sort of emotions that you would feel had you achieved the goal, the ultimate results that you want. So I'm going to challenge you this week to get a win before 10. Identify 3 exercises, activities. You got to do something different if you want something different, party people. Identify those things and share it with me in the chat. Thank y'all for listening. Talk soon.